So you're struggling to come up with ideas for your fictional characters. I understand. But don't worry! Here are 5 unique character ideas so you can spice up your story and make it unique. Why not? Why the heck not? Unique. Mamma mia! But on the show today we have 2 special guests. Not only do we have Cowboy Josh, who is a regular attender of the show, but we also have a new guest flown in especially for the show. We have German Josh.
Oh, hi. Hey, hallo. Echt.
And it is a pleasure to welcome you here today, German Josh.
Irre, ja, ich bin der deutsche Josh. Ja, ich bin so froh, hier zu sein. Es ist eine Ehre, wirklich eine Ehre, hier zu sein.
Honestly, it's a privilege for me to have you on the show. This is amazing stuff. We could really use some extra opinions on the table so that we could come up with unique characters. So Cowboy Josh and German Josh are both going to say 1 character and I'm going to say 3 of them. So it's going to go me, Cowboy Josh, me, German Josh, me again, bam, bam, bam. To make the characters as real as possible, I'm going to be talking about their need, their want, their weakness, and their strengths. You don't have to use the names that I've come up with. You probably shouldn't. So I'm going to start with the first character, which is Voxio Squint. So this character is a short, stubbly, balding man who is missing a leg, but he has a big coat that he wears all the time, and in this coat are lots of little potions and vials of magical substances which he can drink, and these give him magical abilities, for example super intelligence or fighting abilities or the ability to charm people and to manipulate them. This character's want is to be loved by other people. He craves attention and he uses his magical powers through the potions to try and gain that attention and to try and manipulate people into doing what he wants them to do, and using his super intelligence as well. And because of that, he loves his potions. But the thing that he needs is to actually love people himself, because the potions have made him selfish in the same way that the One Ring in Lord of the Rings has made Gollum selfish, and he needs to put the potions away and actually love people himself without the mask of these magical substances. And so his strength is all of the powers that he gets from the potions, but his weakness is if he didn't have the potions, he would be a depressed, whining man craving these substances, a bit like he's addicted to them, because he is addicted to them. And so that was my first character. Now I'm curious about what Cowboy Josh has chosen as his first character. So what have you got for us today, Cowboy Josh?
My character is a woman. Her name is Sally. She's so wonderful that I would marry her if she was a human.
Okay.
Every summer, she turns into a flower. A flower. A flower.
Okay.
Every autumn,
Oh, there's more.
she turns into a leaf.
But if she's a leaf in autumn, wouldn't she be dead?
Every winter,
Apparently not.
she turns into a snowflake.
This is actually quite poetic.
And every spring, she turns into an Easter egg. An Easter egg. She's a wonder. I love her.
There we go. That's that character. The second character that I came up with is a grandma whose name is Alagramana Okuku. And she is 80 years old, but she is an exceptional warrior. She is swifter and faster than the strongest men in her tribe. And when she was younger, when she was 7 years old, a king attacked her village and her tribe, killing all of her family. And because of that, she was left orphaned and walking through the freezing forests of winter alone in search of food and in search of shelter. And she finds that shelter in another tribe. But from that time, she has a distant hate towards the king and all of his soldiers. And she spends her entire life seeking revenge on that kingdom, fighting and killing men even though she is very old. She is deadly with a bow, with a sword, with a spear, any weapon that you give her, she will kill a man in cold blood. Her need is to calm down and just to, forgive the army for killing her family, even though it was an atrocious thing to do. She needs to forgive them after a lifetime of trying to seek revenge. And her want is obviously to destroy and to kill all of the soldiers that killed her family when she was younger. Her strength is her fighting ability, you know, the ability to just kill a man. Her ability to fight just astronomically, unnaturally well, despite her old age. And her weakness is that she gets angry very easily, even though she perhaps doesn't need to, and she's very aggressive a lot of the time, even towards her friends and family. So that's the third character, and now we're going to go to German Josh, who I'm also extremely excited to hear about because he's flown all the way from Germany and hopefully he'll be in more shows. German Josh, what have you come up with?
Okay, mein Charakter ist ein Hase namens Peter. Ja, Peter, der Hase. Er ist ein sehr niedlicher Typ. Also er geht rum mit seinen Freunden auf kleine Abenteuer. Oh ja, kleine Abenteuer. Er versucht Gemüse zu stehlen von einem Bauer. Ein Bauer.
I'm pretty sure that already exists. It's Peter Rabbit. You know, Beatrix Potter.
Wirklich?
Pretty sure that already exists.
Das hätte ich ja nie gedacht.
Peter Rabbit, you know?
Cool. Wirklich? Cool, Mann, ich hätte reich sein können. Oh!
It's fine. Honestly, it's fine. I mean, you might have recalled it from your subconscious and you didn't realize that it actually exists. Perhaps I didn't explain it perfectly. The German-English translation might not have been perfect, but it's fine. Anyway, this is the final character that I came up with, and it is a man called Mr. Clock. This is my personal favorite character. Now, this man is very tall and slender and wears an exactly cut, tailor-made suit. It fits him perfectly. He is not really an ordinary man. Many would say that he is not really a man at all because he is interwoven with the fabric of time. Some would say that he is time. For example, if a bus arrives late, then he can usually determine exactly the factors that caused that bus to be late and exactly by how much. He can look at the laws of physics, the weather that day, and even the mood of the driver, which will all be factors that determine why the bus was late. Not to be stereotypical, but you would like him, German Josh. He's very exact and disciplined and observant. That was a bit stereotypical and unfair. I'm sorry.
Cool, das ist ja krank. Das ist eine kranke Sache.
I'm sorry, German Josh.
Was kann man machen? Was kann man machen da? Nichts.
I'm sorry. Anyway, his need is to stop being so paranoid about everything because he has so much information in his head that he analyzes everything, and although he can see maybe a few hours into the future because of his predictive abilities, he still can't see infinitely into the future, and because he has so much information, he is often paranoid and worried about what the future might hold. And his want is to have a meaningful relationship with another person because usually his brain can't slow down enough to have time for other people. I read somewhere that the average human has about 70,000 thoughts every day, but let's say that Mr. Clock has 1 million thoughts every day. And so what can he do? His strength is obviously that he is very good timekeeper and he is observant and he's very disciplined and exact in everything that he does. And his weakness is that his mind can't slow down enough to actually have a conversation with a person, and he's unable to relate to other people because he can't get on that level where people are thinking much slower than him. I say that's Mr. Clock, but I'm just curious about one thing. How about Josh? What inspired you for this character that you came up with? Because it is quite poetic, this Sally that you mentioned.
Character? What do you mean?
Yeah, but
She exists.
how did you actually come up with this character?
She's a real person, bruh.
Do you have any proof that she exists? Yeah, that's a funny joke, I get it. But how did you actually come up with this character?
She exists, bruh.
But
She exists.
what?
She's not made up.
Really?
She was my friend.
I'll have to agree with you then. I guess she does exist. Anyway, these were the three characters that are very unique. Probably 3, so hopefully you can use ideas from these characters. Comment any characters that you've come up with that you think are unique or amazing. It's been a pleasure, Cowboy Josh and German Josh. I'm looking forward to all the future shows that we can do. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.